Alright guys, that's it. I'm now done with game development. At least for a few days. So hear me out. I suddenly woke up in the middle of the night and I thought, how cool would it be if I had a website? At my day job, I'm a consultant at a big 4 firm. And I make open source grand strategy game on the side and it's tooling. And I also run a small development company for data and statistics. So I think, okay, I probably should have a website. And in addition, I also need another side project from all my other side projects. So yeah, free time is overrated anyways. But there is one slight problem. I have no idea how to make a website. I started my programming journey writing simple scripts to help me do my tasks at university, at my job. And then it kind of had the evolution where I went from scripting and small programs into game development, which is kind of what I find the most fun. So anyways, that means that I completely skipped the whole web dev phase that a lot of other developers have been into one way or another in their journey. But hey, game dev is way harder, so to create a website should be very easy. Web dev is easy, right? Let's find out and do some research. Well, my suspicions are confirmed. Web dev is actually super easy. All we need to do is to first learn a backend language like Python, Go, or Ruby, or whatever you like. And then we need to pick a framework, for example, Flask or Django, if you are in the Python sphere. You need to understand databases, so we need to learn the MySQL language and probably the tool as well, like MySQL or PostgreSQL or something like that. And we need something to connect this part, so we need to learn an API framework like REST. And we also need to learn a framework for the front end. For example, Node.js, Next.js, React, or some other kind of JavaScript front-end framework. And also, when we have learned that, we realize that JavaScript is not good enough, so we need to change to TypeScript. So we can then transpile that back to JavaScript. And then we put this all together with HTML and CSS, or use some frameworks like Bootstrap or Tailwind. We need to find some package to bundle it together and host it on some paid cloud service, and then configure that. And I am going back to the basics. So I say, let's code like it's the 90s. Use only the essentials. So by the essentials, I mean create a web page using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's it, those three. And why? Obviously, since we have so many great frameworks, all those things, the old school way of doing it is certainly not the best for the most advanced websites or whatever. But I think it's always a good idea to learn the foundation and learn the basics before we try anything advanced. So I think it's a perfect way to go in. And if I have understood it correctly, if a website is a house, HTML is the scaffolding, CSS is the design and the coat of paint. How should the house look like? And JavaScript we use if you need something special, like a light switch or a door that opens or something like that. Great, we have the plan. So all we need to do, grab the favorite text editor. I use Vim, by the way. Let's get going. Behold, we have our first lines of code. It's an HTML, as simple as it gets. So this one just shows hello. So I saved it and I got index.html, double click it, and it comes up in the browser directly. Well, let's zoom in a bit so you can see it. So this is super cool. I have not built anything, I have not bundled anything, I have not installed anything. The browser natively knows how to read HTML files. So you can just write the code on a notepad or whatever, just open it in the browser directly. So let's change the hello to the more famous hello world and save. And then all I need to do is to update the web page, and voila, the change happens. So this is a good beginning. Let's continue. Now we have a few more lines of code. So currently, it doesn't look like much, but let me tell you the idea. So now I have created a navigation bar class, which is going to be on the top of the page, like a navigation bar. So I click About, and I go to the About section, I go to Projects, I go to the Project section. So my idea is to have like one big site with these different subsections, and the links on the navbar will like take you down to those different subsections. In addition, also have some external links. So the YouTube link takes you to my YouTube channel, and the same with the LinkedIn and the GitHub. So these things are wired up, so it's actually working. It doesn't look like much yet, so I think that's what we will handle next. All right, now we have made some CSS code. So we have just set the styling for our navigation bar. So what is really cool here is that the only thing you have to do is to specify which class is going to have these properties. So I have the navbar class that we set in the HTML. So if you see here on line 10, class navbar, and that is the same that I have in the CSS. So all we need to do is to wire this up. And then, okay, to show you before, it's still like the one we had. And now I'm wiring this up. Going back, refresh. And now we have a cool header. Still a long way to go, but we have a nice background view of Barcode in Oslo, which is kind of the business district. Yeah, and I gave some bigger font to my name and a bit smaller font to the links. So next step now is to try to create the different categories. So when we click these internal links, that the page actually jumps where we want it. We have now added some sections. So added the About section, the Project, and the Blog section. And also tightened up the CSS a little bit. So if we now go to the website, this is what we have. So it's now more structured. So we have all the links in the bottom and the name in the header. The image also scales, and the links are trying to fit the best it can. If I click now the different links, it seems like it doesn't do anything, but it does. It does move to the nearest, or not the nearest, it moves to that section that I click. If I click Project, it moves to the Project section. There is, however, as you see, a problem. that the header is underneath our navigation bar. So that is the problem with all of them. That's first. The second problem is that it jumps very abruptly. So when I click, it's like it's there immediately. What I want is kind of a smooth transition. So it should be almost instant, but it should be smooth. So it's not like, yeah, abruptly. And this is where the last component comes into play. This is where we need the JavaScript. So let's try to make that happen as well. Now that we have our JavaScript in place, we just have to do exact thing as we did with the CSS. So inside our main HTML, we just have to wire up the script. So I'll link to the path inside the script tag. As before, let's show before. This is what we have. It works, but it's a bit weird. Okay, let's also take down the zoom. We don't need that anymore. Okay, go back. Now we added our script. Let's write the file. Go back, refresh, and click About. And see, now it starts with the About section. Click Projects, takes it down to the projects. And if you look now, it moves smoothly from where we are to the section that we are going. So that's good. Now we just need to fill out with some content. A lot of typing later. Here we are. Now the website is filled with content. So we have the About section with some links to my different contact information and so on. We have projects. So each project has its own card with a carousel of pictures. The blog section, it's a work in progress. I didn't quite figure out how to make a good blog with this kind of static page, so that will be for another day. But for now, the section is there. So project, about, we have the static links. So I'm quite happy. I think the site looks, quite what I envisioned. I think it looks quite good. Maybe not as flashy as a lot of the things out there today, but it absolutely does its job. And the best part, if you now look at the files, it is basically only 3 files. We have the standard HTML, we have our CSS, and we have our JavaScript. It is not built, it's not bundled, it's just those 3 files. In addition, of course, it's all the images that I use, but yeah, that's something else. So, quite elegant. 3 files, and you have a functioning website. But this website is now on localhost, which means it's only on my computer. And there it doesn't do anyone anything good. We need to get it up in the sky. We need to actually have a proper website. So let's go ahead and find a solution to that. To get our website up in the sky, we basically need 2 things. One is that we need a domain, which is the name of the website or the address. So the actual address you type into the browser to get there. Secondly, is that we need somewhere to host our website. That means somewhere to put the files that we made, like the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript, somewhere to put those so they can actually be interpreted by a browser or exposed, you can say. For the first one, I chose Cloudflare. there are a lot of providers that you can buy domain from, and a lot of them, they bundle together web hotels and databases and tools and this and that. We don't need that. We just need it as simple as possible. And Cloudflare, they provide that, the domain with some security tools and yada yada. So all you need to do is to search for the domain that you want and see if it is available and what is the price for it. So in my case, search for Holtvedt, which is my name, and also it's going to be the domain name. And I see that there are a lot of them available, and I see the price. .com is not here because I bought it already. So that is my domain. Secondly, let's go for the GitHub. Now I have already done this, but this is really cool. So when you have a repository with your website, there is a caveat to this, and that is that the repository needs to be public for you to use it for free or to host it for free. And also it needs to be a static web page. So it needs to be like the one we have now and not something very complicated that needs database handling and things like that. So yeah, there is a while ago I did it. So yeah, you are in the repository, go to the settings, and then you have a subsection called pages. So click it. And then you have the option here to publish site. So now it is live, so I can unpublish it, but publish site. And that's basically all you need to do. So yeah, all you need to do here at least, because you also have to go back to Cloudflare and then link up or wire it up against the GitHub. You'll find instruction for that online. It's very, very simple. So I have done all that. So I think we are ready for the grand reveal. Holtvedt.com. And here we are. We are online. And as previously, it is working. I can click on the different subsections. It takes me there. Also, the external links are working. The blog is still coming soon. It's on my to-do list. As I mentioned, I didn't find a good solution for it in like the static stack. So that will be something for later. But for now, the rest is finished, and I think it's cool. I'm really happy about it. So what is the takeaway here? First of all, for me, as a hobby game developer, it's really good to actually finish something. And all the other game devs, I think you know what I'm talking about. There are very few of us who actually complete a project just because they're complex and long and whatever. So to actually have something that's small in scope that you can finish, it feels really good. Secondly, as a general point in learning, I think it's really cool to go down to the basics. So now I didn't learn the web dev by using complicated frameworks or let the AI do it for me. I went down to the basics, and that has kind of given me an understanding of how things work. So now if I want to build on this and incorporate a framework or anything like that, this is a solid foundation, so I actually know how things tick underneath. And that is valuable no matter what field you're in. But yeah, now that the site is up, I'm going back to game development again. So the next video will most likely be about that. So if you want to follow, then stay tuned, and I see you later.